Hello fellow YouTubers, Failed here, and welcome to the 5th episode of King of the Hill. The reigning King of the Hill is Kuba. He beat Dog Truck like a beast with Peter Sagan over Rui Costa. This time SwedishHouseFifa is the challenger, and he chose the Extra Domain stage, the very first mountain stage in the Tour de France. And of course he's gonna be Sky. That's kinda cheap, but that's the way of the game. You gotta adjust to this. And if you really wanna be the King of the Hill, you gotta be able to win in every single situation. Kuba is gonna be Astana with Nibali, Scarponi, whatever, Tiralongo, Fulsang, all those guys. This one is gonna be interesting. Mountain stages don't take that much technical, like inside, but it's still kinda difficult because you gotta be able to sprint and 5 kilometers. See you guys in the race. And we have officially started the 5th episode of King of the Hill. Let's take a look of the teams. So, on Sky, SwedishHouseFifa's team, we have Froome, Evel Bosenhagen, Eisel, Hinao, Nieve, Port, Geraint Thomas and Bradley Wiggins. A very mountain heavy team. And they're gonna do very good in the mountains. They're up against Astana, Nibali, Aru, Brajkovic, Fulsang, Kanger, Kishikov, Pelasati and Scarponi. I would actually say Astana's got a better team, but it all comes down to Froome versus Nibali, and it's gonna be a tough one. Let's see if they don't utilize some of their domestiques to go in the breakaway. We've seen this a lot of times in King of the Hill. They go in the breakaway and they force the other guy to react, and of course, no, never mind. Kishikov just did a fake attack to see if SwedishHouseFifa would react, and he didn't. The first guy to launch was SwedishHouseFifa with Hinao. This is the challenger, and he's trying to do something to wreck Kuba off his game. But we saw in the last stage that Kuba just keeps his own pace, even though Felipe Posato, my bad, was out there in the breakaway. He just relaxed and just kept pacing his own pace, saying, you know what, I'm gonna catch you. And he had a bit of luck with Posato falling. That was kind of unlucky with Dog Truck. But looking at the other side, there is no way Posato was gonna win that. But you know, you never know with a game like PCM. That's also, you never know he's gonna crash. But and now he's got a minute on the front. It looks like he's gonna have a minute 20 when he catches that other group. There's a big group, but the bad thing about this is the AI is on passive, so it won't help him. So it's gonna force him to pace now that he's in the breakaway, which is gonna hurt him now. And there's still a lot of kilometers until they hit the Extra Domain. So, he now got caught, and he now pacing, oh wait, he stopped pacing the peloton, but he was pacing in the peloton, and now we see Kuba going counterattack. He was pacing with the Kishikov, and now he's attacking with him. I say SwedishHouseFifa needs to attack with like Bradley Wiggins or something like that, just to force Kuba to react once again. But a guy like Bradley Wiggins you'd like to use up the Extra Domain. I mean, it'd be really good having a guy like that. And it looks like he'll just let him go and keep his own pace. He's doing the Kuba tactic this time. So, I think that I don't know what SwedishHouseFifa is thinking, because he didn't really want to pace, and now he's attacking with it now, trying to make his way up there, and just ignore those little conversations. I had a conversation with Dog Truck after he lost, and we're just talking about the stages. So we're seeing SwedishHouseFifa is attacking away from the peloton, and he's making his way up to Kishikov, and this is going to force Kishikov to pace a really high pace, because if he now gets out there, there's going to be like there's going to be a 3-stat difference in the mountain stats, and that's going to make a big difference. And if I was Kuba, I would stop pacing the peloton, because if you get the bad scenario for him, it's Kishikov versus Hinao, you don't have much of a chance. But technically, you have more of a chance with Kishikov versus Hinao than Nibali versus Froome. So, I guess you take your battle, you pick your battle that you want to fight. But let's see what Kuba does. Is he pacing the peloton? No, he's letting the peloton go. Will we just see a Kishikov versus Hinao battle, or will it be different? And we see that Hinao is completely stopped. So, this is SwedishHouseFifa making up this decision. He's pacing with the peloton. He now could not get up there, and now he's got 7 minutes to catch. This is quite a lot. He tried his hardest to get Hinao up there, because if SwedishHouseFifa got Hinao up there, he would beat Kishikov easily. But there is 4 points difference in that flat stat, and that really made a difference on these flat parts. So now Kishikov can sit in the back, let Grapple pace, get some efforts back, and then pace again. Because right now, Sky has a lot of time to make up. 7 minutes is a lot, and they're gonna need Bernhard Eisel, and they have to use all their flat guys. I'm also considering using Wiggins when you have a guy like Port helping Froome. So let's see what they're gonna do. We're soon at the foot of the first mountain, the Porti Poliaris, with 60 kilometers to go. The breakaway's only got 2 minutes, and that's because Kishikov has not been pacing. He's just been relaxing with Kishikov. But I gotta say, Kuba is coming nice out of this trade, because if you look at the Sky train, they have like 4 or 5. They actually have 5 riders trying to get him. Michael Nieve, Wiggins, Bosenhagen, Eisel, and Geraint Thomas, all pacing to get him. So it's a 1-for-5 trade. Almost a 1-for-6 trade actually, because I now also attacked. So it's a 1-for-6 trade. Kuba came out of that one on top, but it all comes down to how you ride these two mountains. Let's see how they're gonna do. And another questionable decision has been made. Kuba has decided to attack with Pelissati. I mean, it's kind of the right decision, it's kind of not, because you're not going to use him anyway going up the mountain. You might as well just try to do something, but I mean, you can just, now you need to pace 85 the rest of the mountain. It's kind of pointless. You're just throwing out a guy to get slaughtered by this Team Sky train, but I guess you gotta do something with him. Otherwise, he's just sitting in the peloton, and you will never get to use him now that Team Sky's been pacing. Maybe he's been saving Keshikov so he can protect Pelissati with Keshikov. That'd be kind of a nice move, if you could stay away, but you got the entire Team Sky train behind you. You gotta keep that in mind every single decision you make. They have their entire team that just pace for you, and we're now nearing the foot of that mountain, and so the train will get smaller, but that does not mean it'll get worse. You just put Port, Wiggins, Kino, Tianlog, whoever you have in your team, they're not in this race, most of them, but you can still just put them to the front and they will be there. So you gotta be careful about what you do. In the front, did he actually, yep, he's using Keshikov to protect him. That's the right decision. Kuba, I gotta say, I consider Kuba as one of the best PCM players out there. If there would be a World Championship, which there is, which I would love to cast, I think he would go really far in it. He won a tournament in the 24-hour livestream, and he could win King of the Hill today with a 2-mountain deficit between Nibali and Froome. We have officially started the first mountain of this King of the Hill stage. Let's take a look if anyone is gonna move. We see Froome and Portis trying to do something. Scapponi is actually sitting behind Nibali. They're not moving, and Pelissati's got 2 minutes in the front. He must be pacing like 80 or 85. Pelissati's goal is almost the top of that climb, because if you can survive the downhill, it shouldn't be that difficult to get up there. We see, oh, it's just the AI attack. Never mind. The AI is just attacking like a madman. We actually have the entire Team Astana sitting really good going up this mountain. And Geraint Thomas looks like he's pacing really fast. He's actually attacking. Not a smart choice. And he followed that up with Putsuviva. Boy, that's the AI. Never mind. But it looks like SwedishHouseFifa tried to attack with Geraint Thomas. He just wasted all his efforts for nothing. Attacking up a mountain is not a wise decision. But, I mean, nothing's really happening. In the front, we still got Pelissati with 2 minutes. And we yet to see Nibali and Froome in action. The strong side about having Team Sky is you can just pace. Right now he's pacing with Wiggins, and it's hurting a lot of guys. The peloton has been reduced to 18 riders, which is not a lot, but the entire Team Sky, Team Astana is here, so hasn't hurt them that much. And we see that Froome, Port, and Nieve are all here. As long as Froome is here, they still have a chance. Honestly, as long as Port is here, he's got a chance, because there's only one mountain stage different between Port and Nibali, so it's not gonna matter that much. Let's see what they're gonna do in the front. We still have Kuba with 120 with Pelissati, but let's be honest, it's not Pelissati who's going to be in focus. We actually have full Sang pacing, and now is he really attacking with Wiggins? It looks like he was just pacing 99 maybe. I gotta question all the things that SwedishHouseFifa has done so far in this stage. He's not played it as I would have played it, but it's all the finish that comes down to. So if he can win it with Froome, all the other decisions really didn't make any sort of decision in this game. Oh, Froome has been caught behind. Froome has actually been caught behind. Nibali started pacing, and SwedishHouseFifa weren't ready. SwedishHouseFifa weren't ready. Let's take a look from Froome. Oh, that's Port, my bad. From Froome to, where's he at? Nibali. There is a good 20 seconds gap between those two guys. Come on, let's see it. Oh, come on. Don't mess with me now, PCM. Don't mess with me now. There's a... Oh, come on. There's 40-second gap is what I can see, basically. I'm gonna try to take another time. Please don't. Don't. PCM, do not do this to me. Oh, I can't do it. Well, there's a 40-second gap between them. I can tell on the screen. 41 seconds, and Froome has to go all out in the downhill. And this is not where Froome wants to spend his efforts. Froome wants to spend his efforts going uphill, but now he's got to do it downhill. That's going to hurt him. Nibali can use way less powers than he has to. And right now, I'd say Kuba is in the better seat. And he's got Pelissati out there. He should wait with Pelissati. Bring Pelissati back, then relay with him. And it looks like they might catch up. And Valverde's there, so if the AI decides to help him, that'd just be a benefit. He's actually got a minute. He's got a minute. Now the entire Team Sky is coming to the front again, and he's got to do something. This is, as he's saying on the chat, Kuba, this is his only chance if he wants to do something. He's got to continue with this. 18 kilometers left. Can he do it? It's going to be so close. There's a minute between them. The pace is high, and a guy like Nieve is not going to be able to catch up to these three guys in the front. I would have, Kuba is one of the best guys, I've said this before, but when you have Nibali up against Froome, I mean, the odds are against you, but he's making it to his side. He paced with 1 kilometer to the top of Porto Pelias, and it's working out for him. It's really working out for him. 116 going up the Alex Tournamen should be enough. The Alex Tournamen is not that steep, so you don't need to use that many efforts, that much power. So if you use it all going downhill, you go way fast and you go uphill. And with Nibali pacing with 84 downhill, you can feel it in the peloton. And it's almost before you have to to go with Froome and Port. You have to go with Froome and Port. It's not enough. Used Wiggins, you used Everboxenhagen, you used Isla, used all those guys who's good at downhill, good flat, and he is going with Froome. He's decided, you know what, I gotta do something. 1 minute 37 is a lot. I gotta do something, and it's tough. He's got Port protecting him. He can see him down there in the distance with 10 kilometers to go. Is Kuba gonna pull out a masterpiece? I mean, this is just a bit of luck and also great timing. 8 kilometers to go. He's starting the ascent up to Extremo Man. He's got to keep this pace and not even go faster. He's got 2 guys helping him, and they're right behind him. They're actually right behind him. This is gonna take a lot of time. Look at that acceleration. He's already up there. He just caught up like that. What the heck? He just passed him. He's gone. What did I just witness? Froome is gone. Froome literally just came from that, kept the acceleration, turned uphill, and now he's gone. Nibali's got a pace, and it looks like SwedishHouseFifa will take this one. We just switched scenarios. Looking from Kuba being in the best seat possible, and now Froome, SwedishHouseFifa in the best seat possible. I mean, what is going on? The time between these guys is 2 minutes. Did Kuba crash? What is Kuba doing? I have no clue what Kuba doing. Is he here? Kuba, are you still there? Or did he use all his efforts going downhill? It looked like something might have happened to Kuba with 5 kilometers left. If this stands like it does, then it's probably gonna stand. So we will have a new King of the Hill. I thought Kuba would have won more stages, but something happened. Did he crash? I don't know. I have no clue what happened. He is so far behind. He's 4 minutes. I think he crashed. What a shame, but that's how it is. Kuba crashed, and there's nothing to do about it. We have a new King of the Hill. This is PCM for you in a nutshell. So, if you think you got what it takes to beat SwedishHouseFifa, put your name in the comment section, or your Steam name that I can add you on in the comment section below, and you have a chance to compete for King of the Hill and be on my channel. And guys, please tell me how you like this. Are there any improvements I could make to make this more enjoyable for you guys to watch? I mean, the crashes and stuff in PCM I'm not going to be able to tamper with, because that's how it is. He crashed. I don't know if he would have had a chance. I mean, it's a bad timing to crash, but it's how the game works out. It's really sad, but we have a new victory, or a new winner. It's gonna be Froome. It's gonna be Team Scott. Might not have deserved it, but who knows? If he wouldn't have crashed, would he have caught up with that acceleration as he did? Well, it's all speculations, but done is done, and we have a new King of the Hill. Let's see if we can find a challenger for him. SwedishHouseFifa is gonna win this stage with Froome. He was the favorites, but crash is a crash. Sadler's gonna take Kuba's chances. He will come back in this series. I know he'll come back another time. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.